Come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for the Pop Game Season 1, Episode 2. Okay, so this week, actually, Timberland actually had, in the first segment, Pooh Bear actually was a guest. Pooh Bear, actually, he's really popular. He's done a lot of stuff, most notably some stuff for Justin Bieber is what we were talking about. So they literally gave the kids Justin Bieber's song, Sorry, which Pooh Bear actually wrote and produced to the kids so they could say, do their version of it. Ian went first. It went great. Absolutely great. Grant went next. They took his guitar away. They told him, take the guitar, put the guitar down. We want to see, are you hiding behind the guitar or what's really going on with you with the guitar? So they take the guitar away. Right away, they see he actually has issues with stage presence, and what to do with his hands. And I'm going to tell you who actually has that problem, who is a megastar, Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson never knows what to do with her hands, and she always looks very awkward to be on stage, but the voice of an angel. So, it happens. His vocals were dead on point. Ashlyn was next. She's still having that problem with staying in key. And, she started off and she just hasn't learned that if you're not going to stay in the same key, nice gradual way to get to the next key, she just kind of jumps from one to the other, which makes problems. Next was Madison. Madison had a little flub where she forgot a little bit of her lyrics. Meanwhile, of course, we have these little commentaries going on, and Crave Tay and her mother again having so much to say, they're bumping their gums about her forgetting her lyrics. Well, Karma showed up, and when Crave Tay went, not only did she flub the lyrics, she even fell out of the groove of the song and couldn't get back on. So, sit down and shut the hell up. And chill out. But it's not. This is just her thing. She's got that mean girl thing going on. And it's so terrible because, again, these kids are young. It makes her so unlikable. Like, I'm finding she's so talented, but I'm finding myself 2 weeks in, it just makes her so unlikable. Anyway, so the main little challenge thing we go to is actually them being in the studio with Timberland and him on the producer side producing. He has brought in a writing team of 3 that he works with. They did individual songs for the kids, and they've given them to them. And they have to go in and start the beginning, do the beginning stages of making their songs. Ian right away had a little problem. He didn't really care for the song. He didn't care for the song. He didn't care for the lyrics. He didn't care for, because it's a different type of song altogether, which is what was done on purpose to make him grow. And he just kind of tripped over himself. And I understand, but you're going to have to let that go, Ian, because that will kill your career. But yeah, he didn't like the lyrics, so he was having a hard time with it. And then what he really did wrong was when they went and sat down with the writers and that, he literally told them to their faces that he wasn't really crazy about it. I was like, Ian, no. And this was what shocked me because he's such a smart kid that he does his own music. He writes his own music. So I know he understands how protective artists are about their material. So I think that's the young part. How would you feel if you present your style to someone and they stand in your face and tell you how they don't really care for it, or they wouldn't have wrote it that way, or they wouldn't, and no, baby, that don't work. That's a complete no no. So, and yeah, I'm an artistic person, and I design, and I know how I am. I have that. I understood everywhere that Ian was coming from. I have that issue. Like, I'm a fashion designer, but I also sew. I have a very hard time turning the sewing part over to another person because I have trust issues with that. So I understand exactly where he was at. But again, in time, I've learned you ain't nothing you can do about that. You got to trust somebody sometime, and sometimes you got to keep your feelings to yourself because remember, you're an artist as well, and you know how sensitive you are about your stuff. So are other artists. And the one that said it best was Erica Badu. That was one of her lines. She said, "I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit." So and it's true. And we saw that play right out. And they even had a discussion. They didn't care for the comment very much, and they weren't really taking into account that he's young. They don't give a shit. It was like, okay, well, watch you. So, and we'll talk about that more, but cool. Still, you cool, Ian. It's fine. Okay, so we go on. They all did their little songs. Everybody did really good. I'm telling you, the ones to watch is Grant and Ian. Really, Grant and Ian. Grant did the vocals were really good. You see, he even the second time out, he did even better with not having the guitar. But actually, the one who did the best was Crave Tay. Crave Tay's song, literally, they could have pulled that first cut and put it on the radio. They could have stuck that sucker on iTunes. It was very much like so completely fed to her. So very Rihanna like. I mean, it was just really ready to roll. Like I said, they could have put that sucker on iTunes. So the breakdown of the prizes. Okay, so the gold went to Madison, so she's third place. And they gave her some pointers, and she's doing real good too. Platinum went to Grant, so he was kind of bummed. He's like, "Dang, second place again." But yeah, that's cool. Don't worry about it. And then Diamond this time went to Crave Tay. And I said, maybe, she really did deserve it. She deserved it, but it just added to her. I'm like, oh, geez. And, she's like talking shit. And I'm just like, oh, I want you to shut up. I just want you to shut up and sing. I don't want you to do nothing else. I want you and your mom to be quiet and you just sing. I don't want you to say nothing. I don't want you to have this show backfire on you and you get out and people can't stand you before you ever drop a record. Ian actually fell in last place. And we kind of figured that. Well, I kind of figured that was going to happen. I think it was a valuable lesson to him. And I think he gets it because he's smart. He's a smart kid. So I think he gets it. This show for me is very entertaining. Again, I'm a talented person. I love the arts and all of that stuff. And I've had a dream and all of this. So I understand kind of what they're going through. So I really enjoy this program. Um, yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good. So I will definitely be on this and watching this. So, all right. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week. All right. Bye, guys.